What is good, NIO family? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And this time I'm going to break down what's going on with the overall market, what you should be watching for moving forward. I'm going to break down why NIO is up over 7% for the day, and how the technicals are looking for this stock. I'm also going to talk about their deliveries, as NIO has absolutely crushed it. They almost broke their all-time record once again. They came very close to doing so, and they are just killing it once again for the month of August. So before I break anything down about all this information, though, before I talk about why on earth this is just incredible news for all NIO investors, let me just mention a couple of things. I am firstly not a financial planner, so take none of this as financial advice. And also, don't forget about the Webull link. The offer ends very soon. If you deposit any amount of money into the account, you are guaranteed up to 12 free stocks. The offer ends very soon in just about 2 weeks, so check it out before they run out. Anyways, let's talk about the market. How are things looking? How is NIO looking? Now, the market ended up getting a gap up after the unemployment data came out, and then after that, the market started sinking. With the unemployment rate, going up, we ended up seeing, the market like it initially, but it wasn't really enough for the market to hold. So the market started sinking, but NIO, on the other hand, did not sink with the market. NIO held up quite nicely for the majority of the day, and it ended up closing up 7.11% for the day in the green. Very, very good news for NIO investors. But the question is, can NIO continue pushing from here or not? This is going to depend on many other technicals. Now, we have this nice inverse head and shoulders structure that is developing, and there is potential for NIO to try to break out. We want to see it get above the 200 EMA, and that's going to give us more bullish momentum. But the question is, why did NIO bounce like this? What data just came out? And the answer is their deliveries, and they absolutely killed it. So for August of 2023, NIO delivered 19,329 vehicles. That is an 81% increase year over year. Let's go. Absolutely killing it. From January to August of 2023, NIO delivered a total of 94,352 vehicles, and their total is at over 383,000. So once again, great news for the company. At this rate, if they're doing like 19,000, 20,000 per month, they're going to be doing close to 250,000 per year, which is insane for the company, considering where they were like a year ago. So this is great news for NIO. We actually have the statistics and the charts like right here. So I'm going to zoom into this so you can see it. So it's again 19,000 plus deliveries for August, and 81% increase year over year. So now let's just compare these numbers. I'm going to start off with like the lower end of the charts. Just so we're clear, the light blue rectangles you're seeing are from 2022, and the dark blue ones are for 2023, which is our year. And you could see if we go back, right, a few months ago, NIO was kind of struggling. We had a relatively weak Q2. That's why their earnings were not the best. And you can see they're only doing like 6,000, 10,000 deliveries during the second quarter. Not necessarily the best for them, even for their standards. But NIO told us, do not worry. Remember, the company told us, don't worry. They said that the second half of 2023 is going to be strong for them. As soon as the second half started, look at this. 20,000 deliveries for July, 19,000 for August. They're continuing to kill it. They did almost 40,000 deliveries within 2 months, which is just incredible news for them. I also want to add that when you compare this performance to last year, okay, at this time, NIO did 10,000 deliveries for July 2022. This year, they did 20,000 for the month of July. For August, they did 10,000 for August 2022. This year, they've done 19,000 plus. That's basically doubling everything, which is incredible. Massive increases year over year. And this is once again very bullish news. So I'm very proud of them. Very, very great stuff for the company. We can see this was also released on their official page just to double check the numbers. Still looking very, very good, especially for the total deliveries of all time. And I do believe they're going to continue to grow and hit some crazy numbers. We can also see more details. They consisted of about 12,000 smart SUVs. So the SUVs are very popular, especially the ES6. And then about 7,314 premium smart electric sedans. Once again, very, very bullish, very, very incredible. I'm very proud of what they are doing. And they kept their promise. They were telling us that, hey, things are going to improve for the second half of the year. And boy, did they keep that promise. That's just incredible. Now, looking forward, these are all of their models right over here, the ES8, the ES7, and etc. And the first four are just, they're like SUVs, and they're just very, very popular. But NIO's trying to like expand to the sedans market. They've been doing that. That's been doing like really well for them. And I do believe this is going to continue if they start to venture into different products. But for now, with all these different models, I'm super, super excited for what's about to come. NIO also announced a new smartphone is going to be coming out very soon too. That's going to help them bring in more revenue. Revenue is going to go up like crazy, and this is once again another incredible piece of news. Now, the new the EC6, sorry about that, guys, was spotted ahead of September for its debut. And this is some great news because William Lee Bin is saying it's going to dominate its segment. This is once again incredible, incredible news. They unveiled the first gen EC6 not too long ago. It's a 5-seater SUV. This came out in like 2019, so they have like a new version of it, of course. And this is just incredible because it's getting a lot of sales ever since this came out. You can see that their sales are just continuing to go up, and we're continuing to see high demand for them. You can see that right over here, it has the electric coupe SUV. New features, very, very good looking tail lights, and I just think it looks incredible. This is a very, very nice looking design. I also love like these front headlights as well. It looks very, very awesome. And we have all these details about the specs. They also have like the 100 and then the 150 kilowatt hour batteries, which are very, very awesome with them, with the subscription service option that is included, which is just incredible as well. So, what do I see for the company going forward? There were lots of talks from the media about how demand in China is slowing, NIO is not going to do well. Well, I'm not going to be too worried about this in a way where it's basically going to end up hurting NIO with high certainty. It's more like, are there hardships in China? Sure, there are. But right now, we're not really seeing this hurting their deliveries that much because their deliveries already dropped earlier this year. So now they're starting to show lots of signs of improvement, and Q4 tends to be a lot better as that's improving. November through December is likely going to be very, very strong. I can't wait to see how many deliveries they do. And they kept their promise, right? They were telling us early on during the Q1 earnings report that, hey, we're going to do 20,000 deliveries in 1 month. Just wait and see. And lo and behold, it happened. They almost achieved it 2 times in a row. Very, very impressive stuff, in my opinion. On top of this, when it comes to NIO's technicals, I'm going to make another video tomorrow about the technical aspect of the market. But just know that we had 76 million in volume, so good volume. We want to see it continue to hold up at these levels, and it tends to perform a lot better when we get some strong data like this because buyers are less incentivized to be selling as much as before. Mizuho has come out and they're saying to buy NIO. They're bullish on NIO. Despite the lower price price ratio, NIO was selling off before, but now it's starting to show some signs of bouncing. And overall, the technicals are looking quite good. Now, as a reminder, guys, the market's going to be closed on Monday for Labor Day here in the USA. So it's a holiday over here. The market's going to be closed. The market will reopen on Tuesdays. So make sure you're prepared for that. Tuesdays when the market's going to reopen. And on that day, there is very, very nice potential for NIO to try to continue pushing. The 4 hours looking more bullish. Also the same thing with the other technicals, still favoring the bulls a bit more, but we want to see it hold above our 200 EMA. Now, for SPY, I just want to mention that SPY is starting to show signs of a potential retracement. We could be forming kind of like a head and shoulders where we have like the left shoulder here, the head, maybe right shoulder forming. But for SPY to continue to drop, we want to see it break below 450 and hold. We also want to see it break below 448 to be even more bearish. So far, it hasn't done that. And I also want to add that for Apple, Apple is also very important because we have this bearish divergence developing on it, but it has the unfilled gap on the daily at that 190 area. So I'm going to be breaking this down more tomorrow. I'm going to talk more about the technicals. If Apple gets like a pump and dump, then that could affect the whole market. And this could lead to a little bounce and test to retest like 250, then drop. Same thing with the QQQ. We could end up seeing like a retest of 380 and then try to bounce before getting like another rejection. So I'm going to break down more technical details about these charts tomorrow. But I just want to note that for now, as far as NIO goes, NIO is in a good place. Strong deliveries is just what they need, and we could see the share price get a very nice bounce. I want to see, okay, the daily chart get a bullish cross on the MACD. If we get that, we could see NIO make an attempt to start filling some of these gaps and start pushing even higher. There will be an attempt to do so. I'm not going to say it's going to last forever, but I do believe that as long as they keep deliveries up, they're going to be more and more bullish catalysts. So great job to NIO and the team. I can't wait for tomorrow and what the future holds. Tomorrow I'm going to be talking about technicals in more details, but I just want to make it clear I'm very, very excited for what NIO has to offer. Anyways, thank you all so much for listening. Have a great day. NIO to the moon because the long term is still incredibly bright, and peace out.